This episode is brought to you by BETR Picks. New users get $10 plus up to $200 on your first deposit. Just use code BENCH, that's BENCHD, or hit the link in the description below to cash in today. Heyo! What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast, episode 290 today, picking every game for week number 7. Joey here, AJ there. AJ, how you doing, man?
What up, man? We had ourselves a nice game last night.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Thoroughly entertaining. On every level. From literally start to end. It was fantastic. We will talk a little bit of Steelers and Bengals on Amazon Prime Thursday Night Football.
Congrats to Jalen Ramsey haters, of which I am one.
It was a great night. We'll get to that and every game in week number 7, making some predictions, making some points, updating injuries, everything you need to get ready for week number 7. A lot to get to. If you're watching there on YouTube for the first time or have been with us since day one, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, helps us so much. If you like this video and even leave a comment, helps a lot with the algorithm, if anyone understands that. But it does help just push the video out a little bit more. If you're listening on any of the audio platforms, thanks for joining us there as well. We are available on pretty much every platform. So if that's your preferred platform to get all your NFL or fantasy intake, that's where you'll find us there. And then, of course, follow us on all social media outlets. Search at Bench Show to find us on all of those: TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, Twitch, all those different things. Threads.
Heyo.
So you want to follow us on all those different platforms. AJ, last night, Steelers, Bengals, battle of the old men, battle of the gray beards. Turn back the clock, man, and looking good. They looked good last night. They looked spry. They looked like they took their blue pill. It was fun.
Joe Flacco hitting that little option. I stood up off my couch. I could not believe what I was watching.
He
was moving. Like, that didn't look like Peyton Manning. Like, you've seen Peyton Manning on that one option he had in the red zone where he's
right.
The slowest looking man in the stadium. He was moving,
bouncing everywhere.
Hey, here's the thing too. I was wondering, is this the oldest combined age between two starting quarterbacks? It's the second oldest all time.
Wow.
Oldest ever happened in 2020. You want to guess who the two quarterbacks were?
Let me guess. In 2020, I'm guessing that has to be Tom Brady.
That's one of them.
Tom Brady. And what old man was going at it still in 2020? Tom Brady. It's going to be some random backup watch.
No, I forgot this guy was still playing in 2020.
Tom Brady. Who is it?
Drew Brees.
Brady
was 43. Drew Brees was 41.
Just all honor and respect.
Yeah.
Last night, they combined for 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. Joe Flacco, 342, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 108 passer rating. He did, I'm trying to see his rushing stats here, 5 carries for 3 yards. Hey, that's a respectable 3 yards for Joe Flacco. Chase Brown, big game last night, 11 carries, 108
Welcome
yards.
Back to the land of the living, Chase Brown.
Yeah, offense looked good last night. Offense looked like they're pretty much doing whatever they want. And when I say that, I mean Jamar Chase doing whatever he wanted to do, whenever he wanted to do it. It was vintage Jamar Chase game. And then on the other side, Aaron Rodgers, not to be outdone. I mean, it's 33-31. So both teams put up numbers here. Both defenses have a long week in the film room. Aaron Rodgers, not to be outdone himself, 250, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, really hitting those tight ends. So it's a perfect, perfect Arthur Smith day. It was fun, man. Jaylen Warren with a big game. It was just an offensive show that we did not expect to happen. And Bengals pull this one out, go to, I believe, 3-3 now, if I'm not wrong, 3-4. And the Steelers now at 4-2. Steelers were obviously coming off their bye, went into their bye on a high, feeling really good about themselves. And so, worst loss for the Steelers or better win for the Bengals?
Better win for the Bengals, I think. This definitely keeps the Bengals alive, puts the possibility of even winning this division. I mean, Baltimore's out.
Yeah.
The Browns are out. It's between these two teams for the division. So if Joe Flacco can keep them above water, and I think more likely, I'm not a believer in the Steelers. And I think we've been proven multiple times now this season that this Steelers defense is, I think, just below the category of the Cowboys and Ravens and Dolphins defense this season. But all that being said, I think it's a better win for the Bengals. This is a huge win. Keeps them alive, keeps them above water. Because if they came out of this one 2-5, then we probably weren't going to see Joe Burrow again this season.
Yeah, it keeps a lot of things in play for the Bengals. I don't know if it's going to long-term change anything, but I think one of the bigger ones, more immediate ones that keeps in play is just the sell-off that we thought we were going to get at the deadline. The Bengals, who aren't really prone to selling off anyway, certainly aren't selling off now. They bring in Joe Flacco. He's throwing for 350, and they're seeing all these high-priced weapons doing what they paid them to do. They're not going to be selling. They played last night without Trey Hendrickson, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a very encouraging win for the Bengals, and I think something that will keep them, at least in their own minds, in the mix for the foreseeable future.
Well, Steelers, I'm looking at their schedule real quick. Yeah, they got some very winnable games. They play the Jets next week. They play the Jets.
Okay,
they've got the Bears at that. I'll take anyone there. I'll coin flip there. Then they go to their bye. They come out.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, AJ.
I'm not big on the Bears. I'm not big on the Bears. I'm not big.
I want to know what did last night. I feel like I'm trying to feel you out. What last night did for your projections for the Bengals? Like, do you think this can last?
I think. I mean, they've just got a guy who can. They've got a guy who can play quarterback. I don't think to the level that he played last night can last, but he can actually play the position of quarterback, unlike what they had out there before. So you just slide that into what we assumed with Joe Burrow was going to be maybe a top 5, top 3 even offense at least. I think they can stay above in the top 15 range as an offense. So yes, we already know about their defense. If they can match up with some of these terrible defenses, like the New York Jets, like they'll play Pittsburgh again, they still have to play Baltimore twice. They play Miami. Those are all very, very winnable games.
That's true. Yeah. I don't. It didn't change much for me as far as my outlook for Joe Flacco and the Bengals. I think it was a great game. I think it was a divisional game. 2 teams who know how to attack and play each other. AFC North games are always like this. It does not matter what else is happening that season or who's playing or who's wearing that. It doesn't matter. They're going to play each other closely, and it's going to be back and forth. It's going to be close. This is how it just happens in AFC North. I don't understand it, but it happens every single time. But moving forward, listen, man, people are raving today about Joe Flacco for a reason. He hasn't done this in years, and I don't think it continues. That O-line is still really, really bad, and I don't know. I'm not convinced yet that this is the new Bengals, or even close to being the new Bengals moving forward. I think it's a worse loss for the Steelers to come out and lay that kind of egg, and I think the problem with the Steelers, I think this is going to be what it is moving forward. Because that secondary isn't getting any younger. And you saw the secondary at full strength last night with Joey Porter back, with Darius Slay playing, and Jalen Ramsey. All of them played, and they looked awful. None of them could even stay within 5 feet of Jamar Chase. And I just think it's a rough look for the Steelers, and they got to do something moving forward. And it's not adding a second receiver, AJ. I feel like that's all I hear about. They're going to add a second receiver. That's not what they need. They need a defensive help. Like, they'll figure it out in offense. They'll do enough. We saw Freiermuth and Darnell Washington be key parts of the offense. I think between Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith, they could figure out how to put up 20 to 27 points a game on the board. Just defensively, if they're going to be one of the better teams in the AFC, and to your credit, you called fraud weeks ago on this Steelers team. And last night, it just looks like they got exposed as a fraud, because a really bad football team beat them. That's kind of how I saw last night.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely solidified how I feel about the Steelers. I mean, they're still 4-2 football team.
Right.
But I just don't – that defense, like there's some major holes there. And any respectable coach is going to figure out exactly where to go. And the whole nation saw that Jalen Ramsey is absolutely where you go. And it was just funny, again. Like him asking for flags, looking for the flag every time he just got torched. Like, dude.
Yeah, we've been getting some retribution recently. Like, we saw Juju Smith-Schuster punch in the mouth last week, which feels awesome. Like, no one's calling for the.
It was so sad. My algorithm brought up a post of like his wife or his girlfriend or whoever, just a post of her at the game. all the comments. Like she tried to limit the comments, but it was too late. They were all about Juju. The nation does not like Juju Smith-Schuster.
No, bro, he's the perfect chief. Like we're no one's in on that guy. And then last night, a lot of people don't like, myself included, Jalen Ramsey, and so that was fun to see. And no one likes him because he's a great player. Like, it's very different from Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
But Jalen Ramsey was done up over and over again. Jamar Chase, crazy game. But yeah, we'll see moving forward. I guess that's gonna be the question moving forward. Can the Bengals maintain this kind of pace or something close to it as far as offensively? Because if they can, this is their recipe for winning games anyway. Mm-hmm. Just outscore, because we have two absolute horses on the outside. So if they can do this, cool. And then we're on Burrow watch, I guess. And then for the Steelers, can they play well against good teams? Can they beat good teams? Can they elevate somehow defensively? Let's move forward. Unless you have anything else on that.
Just real quick, the theme for Thursday night has been these divisional matchups. This is our 5th week in a row.
I love they're doing that.
We've had. Yeah, it's we don't have one next week, but most of the Thursday night matchups this year are divisional, and it's been awesome. It's been great.
Yeah. Sunday morning, AJ, I'll be up. If you love good football, you should be up as well. Rams technically at Jaguars, although this one is in London at 6:30 a.m. here on the West Coast, 9:30 on the East Coast. Vegas here favored by -3.5. And it's going to be a really, really good game. I think these two of the better teams, kind of overlooked teams, I think, in the NFL this year. Rams favored despite having to travel from LA to London. Yeah. I think that's a thing. Just looking at a map, AJ, Jacksonville is a lot closer to London than LA is. And I feel like that's kind of a thing. I don't know. Maybe that's me being weird. Especially if you have a quarterback with, a bad back. That might be a thing. I don't know. Just, we've been seeing weird stuff in London, right? Like, teams have looked weird in London. And maybe that's why.
Well, that's definitely a factor. The Rams, though, did something very smart. I don't know if you saw, but they've been practicing in the East Coast this week just to kind of get used to that schedule.
Who the hell am I?
That way, the London schedule does not affect them so much as it would for, like you said, going from LA to London. That's the longest trip in the NFL you can make. Yeah, so no, it's definitely a thing, and they're adjusting to it by doing that. And I think that's genius. Will it make a difference? We'll see. For whatever reason, London is a home game for Jacksonville. They've been there every year for the past 5 or 6 seasons. So they love to play in London. This is absolutely, I think, a home environment for the Jacksonville Jaguars because they've built up a fan base over there now.
There's rumors that they will one day move to London. So, keep an eye on this one. Their fan base in Jacksonville is awful, showing up to games, stuff like that. But they've struggling.
Already, real quick, they've got it's kind of a Jaguar. The car is manufactured in England.
Yeah. London Jags.
You heard it here first.
London Jags, baby. They're struggling in pass protection, and the Rams can really rush the passer. To me, that's the key matchup in this whole thing. That's what I'm looking at. Can they find a way to protect Trevor Lawrence, whether that's by playing with the 2 tight ends in and kind of maximizing protection, or getting the ball out quick, or running the ball? What are they going to do to counter Jared Verse and the boys? Puka Nacua, by the way, not playing in this one. AJ, I'll go ahead and pick this one, and I'll throw it to you. I'm going to go ahead in this one. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think that defensive front is too much for the Jags. I think it's a low-scoring game tomorrow, and I just trust Stafford and the boys to make plays in crunch time more than I do Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams as well. This very eye-opening thing here. While the Jags have been winning some good games, their overall offense only ranked at number 17, defense ranked at number 23. Meanwhile, the Rams have the number 5 overall offense, number 8 overall defense. I think there's just too much for the Jags to handle with this Rams team. And Rams coming off of 2 very, very frustrating losses. That being the I'm sorry, they just beat Baltimore, but that wasn't even a well-played game for them. I think they should have beat them by a lot more. So they're looking Baltimore to bounce back. Yeah. And really, they've probably had this matchup circled.
I'm keeping an eye on Trevor Lawrence in that passing game because I think they're going to have to throw the ball tomorrow to win. Jags allowed 7 sacks in 3 of the last 4 games, though. That's kind of where my eyes are. How much is Trevor Lawrence getting touched tomorrow? Moving on here, Saints Bears. Saints at Bears, 1:00 game here. Bears favored by 4.5 points, as they should be. Bears defense is opportunistic here moving forward. They've caused a lot of fumbles, and Saints have really struggled, really in all facets of the game, but especially in the red zone. Bears top 5 and turnovers forced. I'm going Bears here pretty easily, and I think it's one of those like, hey, this is a bad loss if you lose this one. Like, you have to win this game.
Like we said, I think about the Chargers last week. For the Bears right now, they better win this one.
Yeah.
And I mean, this would be 4 in a row because they started off 0-2. They're 3-2 now. They've won 3 in a row. This could be 4 in a row and just build on this momentum. Like I said a little bit earlier, I'm not too high on the Bears this season. I think Caleb Williams needs one more year to cook before we really start to see him take the top off. But yeah, I like this team. I like the Bears team.
Something to keep an eye on with this one, DeAndre Swift popped up in the injury report which the most predictable thing of all time.
Right after he has a huge game.
Yeah, perfect.
Tons of contact. You're on the injury report.
So we'll see. This might be on Caleb Williams, and it'd be good to see him start doing it himself. Kind of see how that works. Dolphins at Browns. Browns here favored by 2.5 points. Browns defense playing really, really well. 4th in yards allowed on total defense. Wow. And David Njoku's going to be out, but I still think they have enough. I think my boy Quinshon Judkins is about to get about 30 carries. Also in this game, something to keep an eye on, AJ, is really bad weather expected. Bad weather expected. And so when you talk about just physicality and run games and stopping the run, I'm going to go with the Browns here.
No, this is a match made in heaven for the Browns. Yeah. Miami Dolphins with their number 32 overall rush defense.
Yeah.
And you're the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I don't want to see Dylan Gabriel throw the ball more than 18, 19 times this game, especially if there's going to be bad weather. Yeah, 52 pass attempts last week.
Wow.
Let's correct that this week.
So crazy.
From a rookie in his second ever start. Let's pound the run game. This is the worst run defense in the league. This should be a huge game for Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, and then I think we're on McDaniel watch or Tua Tagovailoa watch. Yeah. I think it wouldn't surprise me if one of those things happened this game. Like, Tua gets benched or
you said it last week. McDaniel, future Eagles offensive coordinator.
Yep. A lot of those guys out there. We're both going Browns with that one. Raiders at Chiefs. Nice little meal. Nice little meal, nice little nugget, nice little just the JV team on homecoming for the Chiefs here. They're on their way back up, man, and a lot of people think they're already there, myself probably included in that. And in come the Raiders, who just really suck. Just are really, really bad. I think we expected more.
Didn't Antonio Pierce say they have the blueprint though?
Yeah,
they had the blueprint for beating the Chiefs. Then shortly later, Antonio Pierce was seen in Chiefs gear, walking with the coaches.
He gave it back. He gave it back. He gave the blueprint back. I'm picking Chiefs here. I'm not going to belabor that one. Rashee Rice coming back. I think they get his feet wet for sure, but I think they are blowing them out pretty easily in this one. Kind of cruise to a victory.
Yeah, they are. I think they're favored by 12, something like that.
11 at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they and I could see that being much, much worse than that. So yeah, Chiefs here, no question.
Rashee Rice in, Brock Bowers out. Chiefs top 5 in third down efficiency. Raiders bottom 10 in scoring. It's just going to be an ugly day, especially for that Raiders offense. Let's move on here. Eagles at Vikings. AJ, I'm going to tell you this right now. I can't lose in this game because I'm on the side of my beloved Birds, and they are struggling, and the vibes are down. And I get it. Of course, we ride with them anyway. Yeah. Be on the other side, my beloved, my little baby lamb.
Your firstborn.
Carson Wentz is going to get the start again for the Vikings. It just doesn't make sense to think of like revenge game in Carson Wentz. He doesn't strike me as that kind of guy who's like, oh man, I'm scared of Carson Wentz. I'm not, but kind of like I want Carson to do well, but I want the Eagles to win. Like I want both of them to do well here. My kids are playing each other, and I want to both do well. McCarthy's going to miss it again, and so Wentz will get the start. AJ, I mean, is this a thing? Is McCarthy really hurt? Are they slow playing this? Do they want Wentz to be the starter?
I don't know. I think there's probably a battle of conviction going on in Kevin O'Connell's mind. You going, one side, maybe he feels like he's seen enough from JJ McCarthy to make that decision, and then on the other side, how can you have seen enough in what, 2 games he's only played so far?
Was it 2? Wow.
2 or 3, I don't remember. It's either 2 or 3. How can you make that decision that quickly? You've already waited a year for this guy.
Right.
How can you, in that short time be like, you know what, he's not it. So, but at the same time, you want to win football games because you got a roster that should be winning games. So that's a tough decision.
I was going to say, you now have seen 2 quarterbacks go through your system, and you let them go for the sake of JJ McCarthy, and they're out there as 2 of the better quarterbacks in the league right now. You got Daniel Jones with the 5-1 Colts, and you got Sam Darnold leading the Seahawks, one of the better teams in the NFL as well. How many? You also might be thinking, how many veteran quarterbacks are we going to lose out on because we're waiting for JJ McCarthy to get it right? Meanwhile, we're here in quarterback hell, just not being able to figure out quarterback. It's week 7, and they don't know who their quarterback is. Like that's bad. That's bad news for the Vikings. I don't know. I think this is a little bit fishy. I think this is as much of a not rehearsal. What when you apply audition. There it is. Just kind of an audition for Carson Wentz. I think if Carson Wentz plays well in this game, he's going to be the starter moving forward.
I mean, I fully agree that it's a little fishy here too. I mean, for the fact that I've been seeing trade rumors, I obviously don't know how real or how fake it is, about Kirk Cousins returning to Minnesota. Like, if that's out there, then they definitely have some questions about JJ McCarthy. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a high ankle sprain that can linger a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think if he's your guy at this point with an injury like that, I'm not going to say, it's a weak injury or anything like that, but an injury like that, I feel like by this point, if that's your quarterback, he's going to be out there, especially in a big game like this. You're playing the Super Bowl champs. Like this is one you want. So
I don't know if you saw it. He's not even the backup. He's the 3rd string emergency quarterback.
He's the 3rd string.
So I just, unless it's the worst high ankle sprain of all time, it just seems like you should at least be able to come in and back up if your team needs to. Something Bosmer is the guy that's going to be backing up right now. Anyway, on the other side, AJ, it's not a must win in a mathematical sense for the Eagles, but in a noise sense, in a vibes sense, it very much is. They have to win this game.
Yeah, they absolutely. I was going to say this falls in that category of you better win, and not because you're playing that much lower of a team as far as skill. It's because you've got to save the outlook of this season, I think, right now this week.
Yeah,
which is crazy to say about a team that's 4-2. But I mean, that's just the way it is, because in all reality, this team is a few bounces away from even being 0-6.
Yeah. I feel like Eagle fans right now are riding the line on optimism and reality, because of course we have reason for optimism. We just saw this team win 20 of 22 and dominate the Chiefs in a Super Bowl, and even at times this year look really, really good. Mm-hmm. We know the type of talent is lining up, especially on offense. Of course, we're optimistic, but then realistically, you look at the numbers, they're bottom half on most offensive categories. That's just reality. They're bottom half on most offensive categories because they can't play a complete game where they look really good. The defense has been inconsistent. They looked as bad as I've seen that Eagles defense since that Buccaneers playoff game a couple years back.
Yeah.
Last week against the Giants, letting Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo do that to them on, was it Monday Night Football?
Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday Night Football. That's as bad as I've seen it for a while. So I need to see the Eagles pull together here and look good on all facets of the game. Like
you just said it right there. They can't just win. They need to play a complete game. They need to play a regular game. They have yet to play a regular game of football this season. Yep. I mean, we had the weather that opening night, which obviously was not their fault. Both teams came out after that, and neither team put up a single point. Right. You had the Chiefs, whatever that game was, just two offenses that couldn't get it going. Yeah. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers play a great first half, horrible second half. The LA Rams, horrible first half, great second half. We've yet to see them play a regular 4 quarters, just a regular football, implementing a game plan, consistent throughout. So that's what they need to do this week. They can't get up by 20 or 21 in the first half and then almost lose it, but still win. And we as Eagles fans come away feeling good. Like, this is not going to happen. Like, they need to play a consistent game of football.
Yeah, just to add to your point, last week not 2 weeks ago, Broncos, great first half, lose it in the second half, like in a matter of minutes. We need to see a complete game. Not going to belabor it anymore. Moving forward, though, I am going to pick the Eagles because I think they have to. And just when we've seen this team be in this type of position, at least pre-Buccaneers meltdown, they've done it. And they've come together and they've looked really good. I think we've heard the right things from the locker room. And more importantly, I think we haven't heard for a lot from the locker room, which I think is exactly what this team needs. And so I think stuff is not as bad as people think in the locker room. And I think on the field, it looks a little better tomorrow against the Vikings.
Yeah, I think I'm going to choose the Eagles here as well. And love what you just said. We have not heard anything from the locker room this week.
Awesome.
So that's been fantastic. We had a nice break because they played Thursday night last week. So Eagle fans are itching to see this team get back at it, and hopefully they come out strong here. A little bit of rumors out there about Brandon Graham returning. I don't know how much that changes anything. He's 37 years old, but I think for the locker room, that would be fantastic.
And for the field as well. They're among the last in pressuring the quarterback as well. They're awful at pressuring the quarterback. That's one of the main things that's different about this team than last year. And it's because, you lose Josh Sweat, you lose Milton Williams, you lose Brandon Graham to retirement, and the young guys just aren't getting it done. So Darius Smith, who had been one of the better pass rushers for them, retires over the last week. Just quits. Like, no, not doing this. I'm going home. They're struggling, and there's a lot of rumors with pass rusher. The Brandon Graham one you brought up, you're getting all the big ones as well with Trey Hendrickson and Bradley Chubb, and I think Howie's going to do something over the next week. But yeah, they got some holes on this defense for sure. I think CB2 tomorrow will be a Dory Jackson. So thank God Keely Ringo won't be out there. I did see right before we went on, Quinyon Mitchell is going to play. So hopefully we see no Keely Ringo tomorrow. I don't want to see number 7 on the field tomorrow. Please. Justin Jefferson's over there. That's illegal. All right, let's we talk about that a lot, but don't worry. Next is Panthers Jets, and we'll
make up for some lost time there.
Panthers, I guess, are favored by 1.5 points. Listen, Panthers at 1 point. I mean, I don't know.
Panthers are 3-3. They're 3-3.
I know, but just so weird. Like they're
no. I think just like the Eagles, they have not played a regular game. They blew out the Falcons 30-0.
30-0. By the way, the Falcons are like the best team in the NFC. What is happening with the NFC South? I don't understand these teams. They should win this game. They should beat the Jets. Jets are 0-6. They're without Garrett Wilson tomorrow. They got Chuba Hubbard back. So you got Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle back there. I'd start both of them in fantasy. I think I got Panthers here easily.
Yeah, what an opportunity for them to come out with a winning record, and I don't know how long. Panthers here. I think this is pretty safe. The Jets, man, about to go 0-7.
0-7. I remember last time I saw an 0-7 team. We're both going with the Panthers in that one. Patriots at Titans. AJ, 1:00 slate. Patriots favored by a touchdown. Feels like it should be more. Revenge game for Mike Vrabel. I think that's a factor as well. Patriots, top 5s in takeaways. Titans, bottom 10 in scoring. Not to mention what Drake May's doing. You mentioned him as an MVP favorite. One of the favorites last week. They still know what they're doing with their running backs, but everything else looks pretty good.
Yeah, the Patriots, man, they are. I think they're this win away, or this commanding win away from entering that echelon of true Super Bowl contenders. But listen, there's some weird stuff that always happens when you get when you fire a coach and that interim guy comes in.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Or you bench a quarterback and that rookie you've been waiting on comes in. It happens more often than not. And this is just weird enough for Tennessee to win this game.
Yeah. I'm going Patriots, but I did think about that when I was choosing this game. I thought, okay, he's out. He seems like he was kind of a jackass anyway. And so I kind of feel like they're going to be motivated to win, but you also have you have the Vrabel storyline. So it's like, what team is more motivated
who's
to win
more mad at the other person?
Yeah. And I feel like it's going to be Vrabel. Yeah, one of the all-time petty coaches in our league. I think the Patriots overcome that.
You literally read my mind. Every single point you made is exactly what I was thinking about when I looked at this game. There's a weirdness with when you fire a coach, that team always seems to rise to the occasion. But I think the Vrabel side, he's going to be a little more pissed, a little more prepared, a little more. I want to win this one. I want to be the guy, and I want to win this divorce.
I think he's going to rob the score as high as possible.
Yeah.
I think Drake May's going to have a game tomorrow. AJ, I want to give you Drake Patriots moving forward. They got the Titans this week and the Browns next week. So 2 games that they should win. But then in 2 weeks, AJ, Falcons, Patriots. That'd be a good one to kind of a test for the Patriots. After that, the Bucks. So those 2 weeks, I think will be awesome. That'd be a good test for us to see exactly where the Patriots are. Let's move forward here. 1:00 slate still. Packers at Cardinals. No Kyler Murray in this one. I think he's actually technically questionable, but for everything I've read, he's not going to play. Packers, I don't know what they are. They have a tie on this one. You got Micah Parsons out there doing cowboy stuff now, just wearing a Packers uniform. As far as like in the media doing stuff extra, talking about the tush push and all that nonsense. Yeah. I got the Packers here, but I think this is the game this week that's like, oh, that game's really good and close.
Yeah,
I think this is the game. Which Kobe Brissett. A little bit of a trap game, if you will.
Man, I mean, I have like nothing to bring to the table because you're hitting all these points as if we discussed this before.
Sorry.
That's exactly how I feel. No, that's exactly how I feel. Just the Packers have not, since week 1, since that Lions win, have not established themselves as a dominant team, as a dominant defense. This is a good opportunity to do so, but I just feel like they're just not going to again. I think they win this game, but I think it's a lot closer than what you would think just looking at these 2 teams.
Yeah. Did you see the Michael Parsons interview? I don't want to talk
about
tush push again.
It kept popping all over my Twitter. It just kept popping up on Twitter. I'm like,
it's not a tush push conversation because if you watch our show, you know how I feel about that. But I just thought like this is very Dallas Cowboys of Micah Parsons to do though. Yeah. Like you guys aren't playing well. The defense has not been good. I don't know if he has very many sacks. I know he can't be among the leaders. I know he's pressuring well.
I think like 2 weeks ago, the incredible stat was that Jamar Chase had more solo tackles than Micah Parsons, and that was off of interceptions.
Yeah. He hasn't done much in Green Bay. The defense hasn't looked good. They've had some embarrassing losses.
Yeah, he's got 2.5 sacks on the year.
Yeah, chill, bro. Chill, buddy. You have a lot of proving to do yourself. Okay.
And one of those sacks was a little questionable. Was that Cowboys when Dak was running towards the end zone? They were in the red zone. They gave it a sack. So
chill, Micah. Just go ahead and shut the fuck up already. All right. Commanders at Cowboys. I can't stand Micah Parsons. I remembered during that interview, like, oh yeah, I hate this guy. I can't. I forgot about that.
Oh, I don't like hearing him talk.
Yeah. Commanders at Cowboys. Speaking of the Cowboys, this is going to be, I think, a pretty good NFC East game. Terry McLaurin out in this one, but I mean that's kind of what it is so far this year. Jaden Daniels, who you're not that impressed with so far this year, is going to take on Dak Prescott, who I think no one's really paying attention to, but he's having a great year.
Yeah, he's having an MVP type year if the Cowboys can string together some wins.
Yeah, the problem is Dallas is allowing 30+ points per game on average on defense. The defense is just so bad. This is one of those games, man. Fire everyone up on that fantasy team.
Well,
everyone in the I
mean, Debo's a question mark for this game with that heel injury. Yep. Obviously, you said no Terry McLaurin, and then besides that, it's like, I mean, they brought Treylon Burks to the practice squad, who they're probably going to elevate here any minute now.
Yeah,
and then you've got 100-year-old Zach Ertz. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know.
It is interesting to see like where they're going to get points from and how are they going to do that. They have like a rookie I think with Jalen Lane out there. I think Noah Brown's on IR now.
He's on IR.
So they're
Luke McCaffrey.
I mean, it's almost like there's a podcast in the off season saying, "Hey, add weapons, add young weapons who could stay healthy." I mean, you got to feel bad for Jaden Daniels. Like, dude, he has nothing to work with. Yeah, he has nothing to work with.
And I think that's probably why. Sorry to cut you off. I think that's probably why I haven't been so impressed with him. I don't think it's to his ability. It's just they haven't been a complete team yet this season. Like you had Terry McLaurin with the contract dispute. We all know how that goes at the start. Receivers always start slow after they hold out during training camp, and then you've had Terry goes out, Jaden goes out, Jaden comes back, still no Terry. Debo's got the injury, so it's just there's just no consistency right now.
I got Commanders in a close one here. I got Commanders in a close one, in a high scoring one, of course. Over under 54. I'm taking the over for sure on this one. Commanders are favored by less than 3, so Vegas sees this one as pretty close as well. I got Commanders. I think the defense is slightly better, and I don't know. It's gonna be a tough. It's a pick 'em for sure.
Well, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys because I just think their offense is just just like you said. Where are the Commanders going to get points from? You can't expect JCM. I mean, maybe against this defense, you can expect him to have another big game, but you can't expect him to have that type of game he had against the Chargers every week.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good.
By the way, CeeDee Lamb's back. I should have mentioned.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb is back. CeeDee Lamb's back. George Pickens has been tearing it up.
Yeah.
Jake Ferguson's been tearing it up. Javonte. Well, this is a great offense. Honestly, this Dallas Cowboys team has a great offense, and I think they'll take care of business. I think it's gonna be a shootout, whether Debo plays or not. Just because of how bad the Cowboys defense is. You're picking the Commanders by having a slightly better defense. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys by just having a better offense in this game.
Yep. Divisional game as well. So throw in all the unexpected audibles as well. All right. Colts at Chargers. That's the 5-1 Colts and the 4-2 Chargers. Chargers are a little banged up, obviously, without Najee Harris, without Marion Hampton. Is Kamani Vidal the answer, or did they just play a really, really bad Dolphins defense? We'll see in this one because the Colts are no joke. The Colts are for real. AJ, I'll throw it to you after I pick the Colts here to go 6-1.
I mean, I think you hit it on the head with Kimani Vidal. They met a really, really bad defense. He looked great against like I said earlier, the worst ranked rushing defense in the Dolphins. So that argument alone, I don't think that replicates itself in this game. The Colts are for real. This defense is for real.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is for real. Jonathan Taylor is having the best season of his career. I'm picking the Colts as well.
It's just top to bottom better.
Vibes are better. The Chargers the vibes aren't bad with the Chargers by any means, but they've shown some holes. Justin Herbert is doing his roller coaster thing. The Colts are so, and this is a phrase I use a lot. The Colts are just so buttoned up, which is so crazy. I know we're 7 weeks in,
the Colts,
but it's still crazy. Like, I mean, we completely overlooked this team in the offseason. So last year we had one guy on our show, I think Terrell was championing for the Commanders, while none of us really had the Commanders doing anything. Right. You'll have a guy that kind of sees this in a team like this. Nobody saw this from the Colts. Nobody saw this from Daniel Jones. Even when the thought was that Anthony Richardson was going to be the starter, nobody saw this. So this is great to see, and I'm riding this Colts team until they show that I can't. And I think we're this far into the season to see that this is a real team. We said it too. They were an Adonai Mitchell bonehead move away from being 6-0.
Yeah, I don't think you had 7 weeks of that or 6 weeks of that, and it's a fluke at this point. I think it's just it's who these guys are. I think Daniel Jones, showed a little bit of limitations in that Rams game on the road, but that's really the only chink in the armor we've seen with him. And the rest of the team is getting healthy now. Like, defense has been beat up, and they're getting healthy now. Javarius Ward with that weird injury last week, just getting headbutted in the pregame. I haven't checked on him actually, but they'll eventually get him back as well. And it's just, I think this Colts team just for real, and I think this Chargers team is not for real. And so I think when they two lock up, it's just, no, the Colts are better. Give me the Colts almost every single time.
So as of a couple hours ago, Charvarius Ward is ruled out, along with Josh Downs and Ashton Dulin. They had Ashton Dulin playing a few snaps at corner last week. Wide receiver Ashton Dulin.
mean, they are beat up, so maybe that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think Quentin Johnson. I got something on Quentin Johnson a couple minutes ago. Actually, I think Vegas sees it as pretty close. I don't. I just don't think the Chargers are very good. But they're getting Joe Alt probably back next week.
Yep.
Getting Quentin Johnson back this week as they get
I think
healthier.
that's been huge too. I think we're overlooking the loss of Joe Alt because it was all looking very, very good, literally until the moment he went down. He went down in that Giants game, and the Giants won that game. He's probably not the only reason that they lost that game, but I think that's been a big loss.
I mean, as Eagle fans, we know when Lane Johnson's out, like, no.
Yes.
Suddenly the slot receiver is going to play not as well. Like, for some reason, it's just across the board.
Yeah.
Those tackles just mean a lot, like a good veteran tackle. So, yeah, we'll see with that one. Let's move forward to the OHA with where are we on? We're on Giants, Broncos. This is interesting game to me.
Yeah.
Because the Giants obviously are, 2-game win streak here?
They've won 2 of the last 3.
2 of the last 3. They did to the Eagles what they did last Thursday night. And they looked really good doing it. Cam Scadaboo had 3 touchdowns in that one. Jackson Dart using his legs and also making things happen in broken plays with his arm. And then you have the Broncos, who scored 13 on the Jets and struggled to do so. AJ, I'm telling you now, I'm picking the Giants in this one.
Wow.
I'm picking the Giants over the Broncos. I think the Broncos are, at this point, just overrated. There's no reason to believe the Broncos are a good football team. Like, they haven't been impressive. Show me an impressive win by the Broncos. It's not out there.
Yeah.
It's just not out there. Giants, I don't think they're a great football team either, but I think they're riding a high right now. I think they're riding that young energy of Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo, and they have talented players on their team who I think when you get that kind of team inspired, their ceiling's a lot higher, I think. So I'm going to go Giants here. I think on the road.
Yeah, as much as I hate this team, hate their head coach.
I do too. Yeah.
Well,
don't think
hold
about
on.
it.
I'm picking the Broncos.
Oh no.
I'm picking the Broncos. I hate Sean Payton.
Let
me just tell you right now. Bronco fans hate Sean Payton.
That's true.
But so I just look at the Giants, their last couple wins. We just brought it up. They won that Chargers game after Joe Alt went down. Obviously, Malik Neighbors went down in that same game. Just emotions flying all over the field, and Giants come away with that one. Then the following week, they lose to the Saints. And then the week after that, big win against Philadelphia. You're playing an imploding Eagles team that was in New York, if I remember correctly, right? That was at MetLife.
Yep.
Big home game, big primetime game, weird divisional Thursday night short week matchup. I'm not going to take too much out of that game and say that this Giants team is back, that Jackson Dart's arrived.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, the Broncos, again, the weird London game. It's just, they put 13 up against the Jets. It's in London. You don't want to take too much out of that as well. I think Sean Payton's going to have them prepared for this game. I don't think there's enough firepower on the Giants. Little Jordan Humphrey was the one out there against the Eagles. So I think there's still no Darius Slayton, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think he's
Wan'Dale
out.
Robinson's a good receiver.
Yeah.
But I just don't think there's enough firepower with the Giants. And while I do agree the Broncos have not had an impressive win this season, I think we've got to step back from thinking they're going to take that next step this year. But they were still a good team last year. I think they're the same team that they were last year. They just haven't taken that step. So I got to bring my expectations back to what they were and not what we thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Still picking the Giants. I'm so overthinking Sean Payton's going to figure it out. Or like you said, Sean Payton's going to have this team ready. Why? What? Sean Payton's just getting the benefit of the doubt because Drew Brees won a championship with him.
Yeah,
I feel like that's been the last couple of years. Like, whoa, what? Sean Payton? Like, okay, what has he done in Denver even? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm over the Sean Payton thing. And I'm with you. I can't stand the Giants. I can't stand Brian Dable. But I just think they're doing enough right now. If this game is wet and wild, I'm going to go and pick the Giants on that one. We're split on that one. Let's move forward. I think I have the
Sunday night game.
As soon as I get to it, I'll say it. Falcons and Niners. Sunday night. This one's in Santa Clara. Vegas has them favored by 2.5 points. That's the Niners. Niners, of course, dealing with injuries. That's just what they do. Although George Kittle's back in this one, big time.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Yep. George Kittle's back. Ricky Pearsall is going to miss it. I believe Juwan Jennings is going to miss it. If not, he's going to play very, very hurt.
Well, he's got 5 broken ribs, apparently, according to him.
Broken ribs, spinal. He has a lot going on, man. He has a lot going on. And I give the Niners literally no shot to win this game. Like, I will bet my mortgage payment. The Niners are not going to win this game because this Falcons, and that's not just on the Niners. Yeah, I think they're completely beat up and they beat bad teams early on the year and kind of built a nice record. But the Falcons are that team, man. They're really, really good. This is this Falcons team that bullied the Bills last week. That's who the Falcons are. I think offensively, the weapons are unmatched. London and Bijan having, I don't know how you call them breakout, but just at this point, they're just regular years for them, which are elite. Michael Penix, no one's really talking about him. We're seeing, like, even with the Falcons playing this well, no one's really talking about Michael Penix. He's playing better as well. And this defense, it's so impressive how quickly they fixed it. Like, this was the Achilles heel of the Falcons last year. And now all of a sudden, one of the best defenses in the league. I'm going Falcons easily.
I think we can look back at that draft choice with Michael Penix where we were begging them to take a pass rusher.
Right.
I think we can look back and say, what a savvy move, because Penix is coming into his own now. You've surrounded him with these weapons that you've been kind of grooming for a quarterback, and it's hitting for all of them in the same moment. Drake London, 158 receiving yards last week. Bijan Robinson, 170 rushing yards. And Kyle Pitts has been playing well. Kyle Pitts they've been using him in the correct way. Yeah, he's not blowing the top off, but he looks like a real football player, which is not something that you could have said in the last couple of years. I've literally said he does not look like a football player in the last few years. He's actually out there looking like a good tight end. So, I mean, just like you said, nobody's talking about Michael Penix. He's really, really coming into his own. The defense is playing well. Just like you, no shot for the Niners here in this one. It's just there's too much. We still don't even know Brock Purdy's playing. We're still monitoring if he's practicing.
It literally just broke right now. He's not going to play.
Okay.
It's going to be Mac Jones again. Mac Jones, by the way, hurt himself.
Yeah. Hurt. He was hurt and sick.
Yeah. It's going to be their first game without Fred Warner. And so I think the emotion of that is worn off. And now it's just the reality of, oh my God, we're missing our all-world middle inside linebacker. Yeah. I think this is going to get ugly. I think Bijan with no Fred Warner, good luck. Good luck. Let's move ahead to sorry, Niner fans. That's just, Monday night is going to be a blessing, AJ. It's going to be a treat.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be a perfect little fall snack. It's going to be a pumpkin spice latte. That's what it is. I'm so excited for Monday Night Football, even though it's a doubleheader. That's how excited we are, AJ, because we hate doubleheaders. Yeah. And yet here we are. I can't wait. Blocking off Monday night for football because the Buccaneers at the Lions is everything I love about football. It's everything I love about football. You have Dan Campbell and what he's able to do on one side, losing 7 coaches in the offseason. By the way, we don't hear about that anymore. We should bring that up more often. Yeah. They lost 7 coaches in the offseason, and they're doing what they're doing. They threw a pass to Jared Goff last week. So the creativity is still there. On the other side, you have Dan Campbell in quarterback form and Baker Mayfield. And this is everything I love about football. It's toughness, it's bravado, it's who has the bigger sack and like who's going to get it done when it matters. I don't even want to pick this game. I just want to sit back and enjoy it.
No, we're going to see some incredible moments in this one. Just like you said, these are 2 very like-minded teams that have found ways to win this season. Like the Bucks, especially all the comeback wins. Yeah, Detroit's coming off of that Chiefs game. We said it. That was a typical Chiefs game. That was a typical primetime Chiefs game.
Yep, they got Chiefs.
They're going to come back in this one. They're getting prepared all week. This is fantastic. I wish this was, this is better. We in our West Coast mind, we're like, oh, why is this the 4:00 game? This should be the 7:00 game. Yeah. But for the East Coast, this is the one that everybody will be watching.
Not trying to make them play on 1:00 on a Thursday.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, no, I'm so excited for this one. I can't wait. I don't know who to pick.
That's how I felt. Like Buka out, Irving out, Godwin out. We should say that. Mike Evans expected to be back. Mm-hmm. But then I just got a notification that he didn't practice today. So that might be game time type stuff. And then it'd be truly amazing because it'd be his first game where he went into it without any of those 4.
Yeah.
Like he's had at least one every game this year, but so far, I mean, they might all not play. And so this might be the
crazy
Rachaad White, Sterling Shepard show for Baker
Johnson.
Mayfield. How he is not the overwhelming leader for MVP just blows my mind. Like you're watching a different game.
Yeah. So I was looking at the MVP odds. Mahomes is having a ridiculous season. I think we just look at that 3-3 record and say like, there's no way he should be the MVP front runner. I think that this is just more of a expectation that their record is going to be that they're going to win about 13 games this year, and he's going to continue playing the way he's playing.
To me, it's who's doing the most with the least. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if you put Mahomes on this team for this first 6 weeks if they're 5-1. I just don't. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But I think you could even kind of see it in Kansas City. Like he's been playing without weapons and they've been struggling, but he still has a great defense. I think if you put Baker Mayfield on that team, I mean, I don't know.
That's interesting. I don't know about that.
Baker Mayfield with at least over the last couple of weeks, wouldn't you rather take Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown and Travis Kelce over Sterling Shepard?
It's Patrick Mahomes, so he's been. I don't know. I'll stay out of that one.
At this moment, Baker Mayfield better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. At this moment,
today, right now, maybe I'm biased because I have Patrick Mahomes on 3 fantasy teams, and he's the number 1 overall fantasy scorer this year.
Go trade for Baker Mayfield, and then I think you could have this conversation after you have both of them on your team.
Yeah.
Then you could talk about it. But as far as picking this one, AJ, man, I don't know. We've both avoided that so far in this conversation.
I'll go first. I'll pick the Lions, regardless of if Mike Evans plays or not. It's at home. You are dealing with the weapons issue.
Lions look good. It looked really good.
Yeah.
Chiefs
game aside, the Lions have looked very good.
I'm gonna ride the Lightning, AJ. I'm going Bucks here.
Wow.
And I think the odds stacked against them is just right where Baker Mayfield wants to be. He's playing free and easy, and I think it's because the stacked against them. I want to see Baker Mayfield as like a front runner and then see how he does. But as far as this position on the road, hostile environment with next to no one, running out the tunnel with you, give me Baker Mayfield to upset the world. And it would be quite the upset to you. Lions favored by 5.5 points. I got Baker on the road in Detroit. You have the highly favored Lions, who probably are going to win winning. But it's going to be a great football game, and I can't wait for that one. The nightcap, Texans at Seahawks. Seahawks here favored by 3 points. To me, AJ, I see those two teams, and literally all I see is Jackson Smith and Jigba versus Derek Stingley. Like this might be the best receiver cornerback matchup we see all year long.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
No, that was the first place or the first thing I thought of when I saw this matchup was that individual matchup right there. I mean, that's going to be great. We talked about Tampa Bay and Detroit being the first game Monday night. This is a great game as well.
Fantastic game.
This is a great game. Like we've seen what Seattle's been able to do lately. We've seen that Houston is I don't want to say they're back, but they're definitely on the right track. They had the big win, went to the bye week. Now they come out on a Monday night with just all that extra rest. I'm very excited to see what CJ Stroud looks like. I'm excited to see Sam Darnold keep it going. I think this is going to be a great game.
To get back to that Stingley matchup real quick, I had some stats on it. Stingley owns a league best 51 passer rating against since last year. Wow. Jackson Smith and Jigba, however, leads the league in receiving yards, has 42 catches himself, and has nearly 45% of Seattle's total team yardage. Almost half of the team's total yards from all to one guy. Of course, that is the highest individual share in the NFL. And so I think in that sense, because like usually I don't think you can boil down an NFL matchup where 22 people are on the field at one time to one-on-one matchup. But because Stingley is such a huge part of this offense, I think the key matchup for the Texans is if you can take away Jack Smith and Jigba or just make him, not this guy. Because then what does Sam Darnold look like without him? That's what I want to see. And I think that's what the Texans are probably angling toward. Can Derek Stingley be that guy? Is he going to shadow Njigba? Njigba was pretty much a slot guy last year. This year, playing 3/4 of his routes coming from the outside. And so we'll see kind of where he lines up. He's probably going to move all over the place. I hope to see Derek Stingley move around with him. And to me, that's a key matchup for what the Seahawks are going to do on offense. By the way, if Njigba comes out here, if this dude comes out here and routes up Derek Stingley, it's over.
What do you say
left
at that point? Yeah, what do you say at that point? Like, I mean, it's like, okay, then now let's see him take on PS2. Like, is that the final test? And then when is he going to get his due praise? Because the dude has looked like the best receiver in the NFL. I think he's leading all receiving categories. If we don't count what Jamar Chase did last night, we got to let Week 7 play out. But I mean, yeah, he's been incredible. And just like you said, if he tears it up, then you put him in that. I think you put him in that Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson tier.
I forgot who it was. It was one of the NFL greats. Damn it. I just saw it. And I can't remember who it was. But it was one of the NFL greats. Excuse me, whoever it is. But he put Jackson Smith-Njigba in his top 5 MVPs. And you may think that's crazy. He has half of the team's offensive yards, AJ.
It's crazy.
That's high school stuff. That's like you have this blue chip guy in your high school team and everything runs to him. Like that is what he's doing for Seattle. Maybe people don't know that because they're the Seahawks and not everyone watches the Seahawks, but that's what Jackson Smith-Njigba has been. I don't think he has a chance in hell to win the MVP, but I think if this was truly a most valuable player award, he has to be in the conversation. Because what are they without Jackson Smith-Njigba? We don't know. We haven't seen it yet. So as far as picking this one, my heart wants to pick the Texans because we want to see CJ Stroud bounce back. We want to see Nico Collins look like the receiver that we know he is. We want this defense. We like DeMeco Ryans, but I think the Seahawks are too balanced. And I think this is a battle between the Texans who are elite in certain places versus the Seahawks who are just balanced throughout. Better defense, more consistent offense. I'm going Seahawks in this one at home.
Yeah, the Seahawks are more of a complete team than we think. You look at the team, you think JSN, like that's the guy. But if Derek Stingley can take JSN out of the game, there's a man named Cooper Kupp.
Let's see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, and Cooper Kupp still looked good last year. The ball's just not really going his way. He's not the focal point of the offense like he was.
When you have one guy dominating like that, there's nothing left.
But yeah, if Derek Stingley's able to take JSN out of this one, Cooper Kupp's right there.
Yeah.
And I think he can really step up in the moment. Obviously, this is all hypothetical. Exactly. And that's exactly why they got him for moments, perspective moments like this. Yeah. So yeah, I think Seattle's a more complete team. They've been playing better throughout the season. Houston obviously started off awful. Has brought it back a little bit. They're still only 2-3 though. So there's still a losing football team. But we'll see how they look after the bye. Regardless, I'm going to pick Seattle as well.
Man, Houston 3-3 would feel so much better than 2-4.
Yeah,
it would feel so much better.
2-4, you got a mountain to climb. 3-3, it's like, all right, we're back. We're back. It's 0-0. We're like, it's in our hands. But yeah,
you got the Colts in your division. Like, you are feeling a lot of pressure even in Week 7. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good game. But yeah, we're both picking the Seahawks. That is week number 7, AJ. A little bit longer of an episode today, but it's because there's so many good games, so many great games, and we didn't even mess around. We got straight into it. But there's that much good football on this weekend. Hope you guys enjoy. Anything else you're keeping an eye out for this weekend, AJ?
I'm just excited we have this much football. We talked about it before. We got our Thursday night.
Yeah.
We've got the London game. We've got the morning games. We've got the afternoon games. We got Sunday night football, and we have 2. Not staggered. We got 2 back-to-back Monday night games. So enjoy it, man. This is great.
Yeah, and really speaks to the depth of our league that the Bills and Ravens are on a bye.
Yeah.
And we still have great football. Like that's where the NFL is right now. A lot of parity in the league, and it's a lot of fun. That's our episode for today. Thanks so much for joining us for episode 290, picking every game in week number 7. We'll be back next week reviewing all these games. Of course, catch AJ or myself on Sunday morning with your last second fantasy updates, sit start questions, all that. Make sure you're tuned in for that. That is a live show. So make sure you're tuned in for that as well. Between somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be airing that. That's all I got. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Peace.